Hello. Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Zab. Thank you so much for joining us today for this one-of-a-kind question and answer session with a one-day hiring process from a global brand, and if not one of the top names in healthcare business service and technology. So yeah, I know that a lot of candidates would like to get to know more about this organization. And they're actually quite known of having a mission of being the best healthcare in the ecosystem to create a better care. They are accredited by NCQA accreditation for population health program, URAC accreditation for health call center, Joint Commission home care, NCQA accreditation for wellness, health promotion, and many more. So this afternoon, you will learn more about, actually, possibly your next employer, their values, and what to expect working with them, along with their current job vacancies, yung pinaka-recruitment process nila for now. And by the end of this session, magkakaroon sila ng 1-hour interview session, breakout interview sessions, na pwede natin. It will be a one-day process for you to be able to join them, all right? So without further ado, please let me introduce Miss Reese, Christine Reese Pasia, the recruitment manager and campus and graduates program for Optum Global Solutions. Hi, Miss Reese. How are you, by the way?
Hi, good afternoon, Zab. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
So yeah, Miss Reese will provide you a better insight, or kumbaga, she will introduce where or what the company does in terms of the values. Then after this introduction, this company background, magkakaroon tayo ng question and answer portion where makakapwede kayong makipag-interact sa amin. Kay Ms. Reese, please pitch in all of the questions that you may have, all right? Kahit ano yan, anything under the sun, kumbaga. So yeah, please, Ms. Reese, the floor is yours, by the way. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, everyone, and good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us and being able to meet with me and my teammates this afternoon. So again, I am part of Optum Global Solutions Philippines. I have been part of the organization for more than 8 years, actually. And so this afternoon, I will be sharing with you just a quick overview of Optum, who we are as an organization and what we've been doing as a healthcare company. Okay. So just very briefly, I'd like to introduce myself. This is how we introduce ourselves in our company. We want it to be very personal. So again, my full name is Christine Therese Huang Pasha, and I am the recruitment manager for the campus and graduates program. And I've been with the organization for over 8 years already. Going on 9 this November, and hopefully 10 years by next year. So I see myself as a very positive and happy person, and a lot of people have told me that I am such. So I have coined my own little hashtag called Positive Pasha, because I always like to see the positive light into what we do every day and what we do with our work, with school, with life. It's really better to, of course, look at the positive side. I am from a family of 5. I'm the middle child from my 3 sisters, and my youngest sister has Down syndrome. So when my younger sister was born back in 1991, my parents wanted to, of course, understand the syndrome more. So they actually created their own association. So they are the founders of the Down Syndrome Association of the Philippines. And siblings who have Down syndrome, and they do share and give and educate the people on what Down syndrome is. And I have also been together with my husband for 3 years this October. So we're going to celebrate actually our third year anniversary this October 19. And I've been with my husband, I believe, for 13 or 12 years already. So for people who still don't believe in forever, ako, I still, I mean, forever naman talaga.
Wow.
All right. And surprisingly, I really do also enjoy playing basketball. I played basketball since I was in grade 4, was also part of the varsity when I was in grade school, and enjoyed playing basketball in high school and even in college. And so I'm quite excited for the NBA season to start this year. And lastly, I also really do enjoy musicals, and it really makes me happy when I'm stressed. I just watch YouTube videos of musicals and Broadways. It's just that I really enjoyed theater since I was a kid. I really also love being on stage. So it's something that is very close to my heart and something that really makes me very happy. So that's that is a quick introduction about myself. I hope you learned something about the host, which is me. So right now, what I'd like to do is also briefly go through my organization. So we are Optum One Healthcare, and as Optum, we are also a Fortune. Well, actually, not anymore. 7. Sorry, that is a. I have to take that out. We are fortunate. You can see that we're a very large organization. And we're touching really every aspect of the healthcare and financing systems throughout the healthcare system. And we are approximately over already 200,000 employees worldwide. And in the Philippines, over 20,000 employees already. So we're just growing very, very quickly. Locally, you can compare us to HMO healthcare insurances such as MaxiCare and Telecare. So these could be the healthcare providers of your parents, or if you are already currently working and have healthcare benefits in your organization. You will be that would be your MaxiCare and Telecare. So similarly, we are that type of healthcare company, except we are in a larger scale and a more global scale. We also serve over 124 million individual consumers, and we make sure truly to keep our mission, which is to help people live healthier lives and to make the healthcare system work for everyone. So that's where I'm getting at. As I mentioned earlier, our mission and values are very much important to the organization. Not a lot of organizations, I could say, are very proud of the values of their organization, but for Optum, we make sure that the values that the values of the organization are seen in the work that we do daily. And our mission, which is to help people live healthier lives and to help make the healthcare system work better for everyone, is truly seen in every individual and employee of the organization when they do their work daily. So I'm very proud to say also that our values of integrity, compassion, relationships, innovation, and performance are very much all tied up together. You can't just, let's say, do one value and just go through your daily work. It just works hand in hand, all 5 values, because we always start with integrity, and we make sure that if we are integral in the work that we do, we are able to walk in the shoes of the people that we serve, which is bringing up the compassion part of our values. And with integrity and compassion, we are able to build relationships with each other. And with the relationships that we have, we are able to innovate and make things invent the future and learn from our past mistakes. And with all 4 values, we are able to perform very well, not just as individuals, but as an organization, which we are able to then reach our mission, which is to help people live healthier lives and to make the healthcare system work for everyone. See, it's just amazing how all the values and the mission are connected. And I'm very proud to say that as an employee, you will already learn about our mission and values as early as when you start the recruitment process. And also, of course, when you already are an employee and join your new employee orientation. I also am proud to say that in our organization, not only do we practice our mission and values, but we also have employee engagement activities. As you can see in the three pictures below, we're able to celebrate events such as Sinulog in our Cebu site. So the pictures below was before the pandemic happened. That's why we were able to really come together and celebrate. So we were able to celebrate Sinulog back in 2019. That was a contest actually for best Sinulog picture in our Cebu site. And that would be the talent acquisition team in their picture. In the middle photo also shows that we celebrate Women's Month. That was also last May of 2019, where we were able to celebrate the Women's Month and the women of the organization. And in the last picture, we are able to see that we also celebrated the Pride Month back in June of 2019, where we were able to highlight the stories of our employees in the organization who are part of the LGBTQ community. So what's also very important in our organization is individual and diversity. So we make sure to highlight those with each employee joining our company. Now, where are we located? Where are our operations in the Philippines, right? We have 4 major sites in the Philippines. So our first site would be in our McKinley site in Taguig. And we do have 2 buildings there. That was our first site. It's actually right beside the Grand Canal, or the Venice Piazza Mall, if you're familiar with that. And we've been in that site since Optum started back in 2012. And then our second site is located in Cebu. And we also have 2 buildings there. We are located in the Calix building and also the Philinvest building. Our third site would be located in Quezon City in UP Techno Hub, where we also have 2 buildings there. And our newest site, or at least the latest site, would be in Alabang. And we have 3 buildings there, but our main building there would be in Vector 3 Cyber Zone. So that would be located in Muntinlupa. Now, we are also looking into growing within the organization. We make sure that we look into also other places in the Philippines where we can grow and look into other talents that we see. So we make sure that we look into different sites where we can pop up into and also grow the organization in the Philippines. So hopefully after the pandemic, we're able to still continue having more sites. Now, our career areas, as you can see, our main career areas would be in 4 main businesses, which is technology, customer service, the clinical business, and our shared services or leadership roles. The ones that are growing very quickly in the Philippines would be under our technology and customer service roles. So with our technology business, we are looking into growing in the positions of analytics, automation, information security, and data science or data analytics. And for customer service, this is not your typical customer service where you take orders or book a flight for a customer. What we do is very much related to the healthcare system. So this is under medium to high complex customer roles where you're able to be where you are third party clinics that would like to coordinate, let's say, with their insurances or let's say prescription drugs. So we are able to really reach out and speak to professionals as customer service or healthcare advocates. Under the clinical business, though, these are where our registered nurses from the Philippines, local registered nurses, as well as also registered nurses in the United States are able to apply. And also the medical coder. So if you are a certified medical coder, we do have several positions available within our organization. And also the allied health graduates can apply to these roles. What they do is very much related to the profession, but of course the difference with that is they have more fixed hours as compared to the hospitals. And of course, they are able to also have more of a work-life balance. And lastly, we also do have our shared services role or leadership roles and back-end roles. As myself, part of the talent acquisition team, this is under the shared services role. And if the company is growing very quickly with the 3 first businesses of technology, customer service, and clinical, we do need more people under the back office roles to support these businesses. Now, I also want to just very quickly brush upon what we have been doing or how Optum was able to respond during the pandemic. So I understand that we have already been under lockdown for over a year already. And back in March of 2020, when we heard of the cases rising in the company, to be honest, a lot of employees were very nervous. We didn't know what was going to happen to our job. So there was a lot of uncertainty in the air, in the office. But I'm very proud to say that with our quick leadership and the tight leadership that we have in Optum, our business leaders were able to act very quickly and were able to have quick safety and health protocols available for each employee of the organization. So the first thing that they did was really have 90% of the non-clinical workforce transition to a work from home setup. It was very important that safety and security of all Optum employees was the number one priority. So we were all sent home and we were able to work from home in our office. And we have been doing that since the lockdown has happened. We've been doing that for over a year already. And we are, again, it's very important to our organization that we are all safe. But what's very important as well is that we are also employing and paying full wages for our entire workforce. We did not have to let go of any employee within the span of the pandemic. And we were able to still support the employees when it comes to their salary. Leaders were very much quick when it came to the business continuity plans. So that was put into place. Clinical safety protocols were put into place. And while, of course, still doing our work, which is to really serve the needs of our members, patients, and customers without any disruptions. And in line also with our culture, our mission and values as an organization, we are able to still help people live healthier lives by donating a sum of money to different parts of the world where Optum is located. Specifically in the Philippines, we tied up with Caritas Manila, and we were able to donate, of course, to our brothers and sisters here in the Philippines. So I just want to share that I'm very proud to be part of an organization who takes care of their employees, that makes sure that our health and safety is the number one priority right now, especially during these times. Now, just very quickly also, I would like to discuss the positions that we have available. So, if you have any questions, by the way, regarding our company, regarding our mission and values or our culture, you could ask after my presentation. I know that Zab mentioned earlier that we will have a Q&A session, but just to touch upon the position that are available. Currently, we are hiring for our customer service roles. So as I mentioned earlier, those are medium to high complex customer service roles, which we call healthcare advocates. So specifically, these would be under the patient and member services positions. So what they do mainly would really be handle the members of Optum or handle the members of United Healthcare. You will be speaking to the members of our health insurance and helping with them throughout their process when it comes to, let's say, getting the right payment for their insurances or getting, let's say, the right code for their doctor. So it's really having conversations with these individuals. And it's quite nice because you really do get to meet different cultures, different individuals, and also learn at the same time while speaking to them. These roles are not specific to allied health graduates. Any course or any position, any course that you are taking, you are qualified for the role, just as long as you are willing to be very trained, and if you're willing to learn, then that's all we need really with the with Optum. And also another position that is available would be specific to allied health graduates. So this is mainly would be in our Quezon City site. So if you have any questions regarding these roles, we can also discuss that during the Q&A. But if you'd like to know more about these positions and other positions that are available within the organization, in Optum, you can look into our website or our careers website, which is workatatoptum.com. Now, I also want to briefly go through our recruitment process So at least you won't be surprised if, let's say, after looking into all our opportunities, you're interested in applying, you won't be surprised about what's going to happen in the recruitment process. So it's a very, very quick recruitment process, very easy and simple. You shouldn't be nervous because all our representatives or our recruiters are very much friendly. They're also very much accommodating to your questions, so don't worry about it. So what's the first step? It's really our interview or your initial interview. So what do we ask and what are we looking for? We just want to know really basic information about yourself. So don't forget to really introduce yourself and share your information about, let's say, your previous work experience, or if you don't have work experience yet, you can share about on our organizations and the schools that you've been a working student. You can share also that experience when you had work. And the behavioral questions will also be asked. Specifically, behavioral questions are questions that check how you respond to certain situations. So an example of a behavioral question: tell me about a time when you were able to handle stress. What did you do about it? So behavioral questions, how you answer them would mainly be your experiences from the past. So make sure that you're able to have certain you've encountered, let's say, stressed with doing your thesis, how did you deal with it, and then what was the result? So that's the best way to answer also a behavioral question. And of course, we also, since we are working from home right now, and most of the opportunities in Optum are in a work from home setup, at least at now, we would also need your information of your internet speed and also your tools and hardware available. As employees of Optum, though, and if you are hired within our organization, you will be given your assets from the organization. Of course, it's not yours. It's only when you are an employee of Optum that you are being loaned these assets. And so because it's important to us, again, for your safety and security. So that's why it's important that you will be given these assets. So it's important that you have also your personal tools, if ever, while waiting for the assets to be delivered to you, or for you to pick it up in the office. So that would be the initial interview. And then after the initial interview, once you've passed your initial interview with our recruiter, you will be asked to take a few assessments within our company. So what is being measured during the assessment stage? It will be, of course, your specific set of specific skill set aptitude, language proficiency, and knowledge. So there would be different assessments for our lines of businesses. However, a main assessment that we give for all businesses would be our CAT assessment, or our language assessment. And so this would be the one specific for your members and patients and even doctors and nurses. You would really have to have a good hold of the communication skill, good hold of communication skills when you have these conversations. And then after the assessments, once you've passed that, you will then have a final interview with our domain interviewers, or our team leaders of the organization, or assistant managers rather. They will be the ones that will ask you the behavioral or situational questions, and also mainly they want to really understand what you can contribute to the organization. What are the certain skills? So again, soft skills and hard skills. These are the skills that you would like to discuss during this time, during the final interview. It's also for experiences, what you've done in the past, and bring these topics up, and also scenarios during the final interview with our assistant managers. Now, once you have passed the assistant manager's position, you will be able a job offer will be important then at this portion, where we will discuss the medical assessment that you'll be taking, a background check, and also, of course, the requirements that you'd have to submit. You'd have to make sure that you have all these available and ready to do these certain steps. So it's very important during this time to read the contract very well. Also, of course, after reading the contract, ask questions. It's very important that you're able to really understand what you are getting yourself into, the position especially. So it's very important, if you have any questions, ask them during this part. So at least we have everything clear. And then again, clarify everything. It's very important that you'll be able to do that. Now, the pre-onboarding requirements that is needed mainly, especially for fresh graduates, would be the proof of your SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth TIN, proof of your resignation if you have previous work experience. What's important also is proof of your highest education, so that would be your transcript of records or your diploma. And lastly, proof of residence, especially now that, again, we are working from home. It's very important that you have proof of your residence, so that we are able to send you your assets or the equipment that you would need to continue with work. Now, that would be mainly the steps that you'll be going throughout the recruitment process. And it's very important. And I'd like to end my presentation by sharing you one of my favorite lines from the organization, or quotes from Optum, which is, "What makes you special can inspire your life's best work." So it's very important that to be, of course, your authentic self during the whole recruitment process. And it's very important to always still balance your personal with the work that you do every day. So thank you so much, everyone. If you would like to ask any other questions aside from the Q&A later, this would be my details. You can always email me at christine.pasha@optum.com. And again, if you'd like to see more of our available opportunities within Optum, please do check our careers website at work@optum.com. So thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Wow, there's a lot of valuable information coming from you, Miss Reese. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's actually really good to learn more about the organization values, especially ako, if pag-graduate ako, then knowingly na kung saan ako mag-expend ng 3 years, 5 years of my time, di ba? It's really good to know that the organization offer as much. And then so very surprisingly to know that the Optum organization did not let go of the employees. It only shows that the company really cares about the employees. So guys, there's a lot of questions coming in now on the chat box, even on a private message din sa akin. And yeah, all questions will be answered. Pero ako syempre muna magtatanong kay Ms. Reese. I just have some few questions kay Ms. Reese in terms of all of the organization aspects, what to expect as well. But to remind you guys, any degrees are welcome. So if you have friends, batchmates, or at other schools sila nakakilala nyo, ask them to send their application kasi recruitment are very easy. The recruitment process is very easy, and the positions are very flexible. As you could see, Optum offers a work from home setup for now. All right. So ako muna, I'll be asking some few questions that maybe maging interesado rin kayo candidates. All right. So my first question to Ms. Riz is, ano ba yung unique value na ino-offer ni Optum for the employees? I mean, what unique value proposition or program that the organization offer for being an employee?
For that, Zab, I think our number one value that as an employee of the organization, that's what you're asking, right? Or the value of the
okay. The value.
So I think our main value that we're very proud of would really be integrity, because whatever we do in the organization and what we do in our daily work, we won't be able to be able to do the other values without integrity. So that's why it's actually the first value within the organization. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, all our values are tied up. So it's very much.
Just to answer one question that from Rod, if he would like to know if the company offers part-time and work from home position. All right. So in terms of work from home position, well, Rod, the company offers a work from home position. But in terms of part-time, I believe Ms. Reese will be able to give you an answer for that in a much clearer aspect. All right. Hi, Ms. Reese. I think she's here. She's back.
Yes, I'm so sorry. My internet got cut.
All right, don't worry. So yeah, you were talking about the integrity of Optum as being number one value for its employees.
Yes. So it's just very much important that you're able to really be an integral person coming in the organization. So if you have that, then I don't think that there's anything that's going to stop you from applying.
Wow, that's great. And another thing for me is, Miss Riz, is na-mention mo kanina you've been with the company for more than 8 years now. So what it's like being with Optum, sabihin natin, even not with 8 years, sabihin natin, being when you were 5 years ago, or I mean, on your fifth year, being an employee with Optum, ano ba sa inyo or what it's like being with Optum?
Well, as I started back in 2012, coming in from another organization, I really
Mhm.
kind of already had a maybe an inkling on how the work would be, but I didn't really understand like how the organization really shaped me as an
Mhm.
individual and working with the organization for this long. So I could say that what Optum's culture was very much in line with my beliefs as well, with the values that I believe in. So I was very happy being part of the organization because looking into the culture of their company where we put their people first. So again, having the employees as the number one priority, it was very much important for me that I was well taken care of by the organization.
Yeah, totally agree with you with that. For the salary grade, um, I think it will be Miss Reese to answer that question, John. So much accurate. All right. But it is noted naman, we got here a lot of different other questions on the chat box, not only about it. So about the salary grade. As far as I know, Optum also offers a 100,000 signing bonus for licensed nurses if we do have any licensed nurses here. So they have a lot of different other vacancies kasi. Yung mga vacancies nila is it varies. So in terms of sa mga salary grade, please keep in mind that experience will always be considered. So most of the vacancies are open for fresh graduates, yes, but always consider that iba pa rin if you have a much more experience or if you have an experience. Kasi syempre, experience comes from time, then syempre you already know what you're doing. The training session or the training time gap will be lessened, which is a valuable asset for each company. So it's something that even just not Optum, but most of the organization does. All right. Yes, I got a question here from Sophia just to keep things going on. What if the role that we want is not in the work at Optum website? Can we still send in an applications? The answer is yes. You could still send in applications, and I think I'm not sure if you got the screenshot of Miss Christine email, but I'm sure there's an interview session naman. You could also still do that. You could ask for the email address, and dun yung makukuha, and you could still apply for each applications or any opening vacancies that currently have. All right, and yeah, what is Optum's country of origin? It's something that have a brief history, but country origin of Optum is actually not from the Philippines, it's from US. So they are really well known in terms of some healthcare and technology services that they have. And, and I have another question here from Maria. Ms. Chris mentioned earlier about the assessment. I was an employee of Berlis before, and there are applicants of Optum going at the site to take their English assessment. If you really wanted to pursue your application, is Optum still linked with Berlitz, or you have your own assessment exam or something else? So thanks so much for that question, Miss Maria. It's actually a really good question, but this will be answered by Miss Reese in terms of a much keener detail, mas deep detail in terms of Berlitz exactly and the pinaka-application process nila. What are the challenges? Yung kanina, pera pa sa internet, di ba? So what are the expectations that the candidates could have upon joining the organization? Yung mga challenges nila, yung mga career growth opportunities, mga bonuses, if meron man, for sure gusto nila malaman yan. then yung pinaka-work-life balance.
Right. Okay, so being in relation to what I was discussing a while ago, that being
No
part of the
worries.
organization for so long, I really learned that there are very good opportunities within the company. So I started out as a recruitment associate or a recruiter when I started back in 2012 and grew my career within the organization. Afterwards, I became a recruitment officer, and then in back in 2018, I was then promoted to a recruitment manager. And in 2019, I was then given the opportunity to join the campus and graduates program. So it's really mainly your journey that you'd like to have with the company. So you can start off as a healthcare advocate, but where do you see yourself in the next 3 years or the next 5 years? It's really how you would want to, shift your career. It's really up to you. So let's say if your goal is to be an assistant manager after 3 years, then I think that's a very much attainable goal in the company.
Wow.
There are several opportunities that we have within Optum. And not just that you'll jump, let's say, from an associate to already an assistant manager. We even have management trainee programs in our business operations team where at least you'll be able to be trained or honed as a manager before you become an assistant manager. So another thing that I'm very proud of within our company is the free trainings that we are able to give our employees. So if you are familiar, and everyone is familiar with Six Sigma. This is a project management training that's given which given, let's say, for businesses, and it's usually cost up to more than 50,000 pesos per training, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yes.
in Optum, it's free. And currently, I am already a yellow belt and taking already, and I've completed also my lean training. So, and most of my most of my colleagues in talent acquisition have also completed their green belt training. So it's I'm very happy that the company supports not only my career goals but also my personal development. And it's not only the Six Sigma training, but we also have a training site where you can attend different training opportunities within the company. How you, let's say, some trainings are for presentation skills, time management. So it's very much also aligned with how you also want to develop yourself, not just professionally, but personally. And I'm really happy that Optum's able to support me within my journey in my career, personally and professionally.
All right.
And yeah, I think that's
No, go
I
ahead,
think I've
please.
answered all your questions. No, it's okay. I'm good.
Wow.
Thank you, Zab.
It's good. It's good. It's very seldom yung companies that go offer the mga Six Sigma training kasi it's true. It's very expensive, and it's something na guys, candidates. It's a project management is really one of the hoops of these days. So it's a skill set, or it's a certified skill training na madalas talaga hinahanap ng organization now these days. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Ms. Riz. So now we'll be going na sa mga question and answer coming from these guys na nagput up on the chat box in terms of the other questions that they have. So we will address them one by one from kanina pa. So we got one question from here from Rod. I want to know if you offer a part-time and work from home position.
All right. Thank you, Rod, for that question. So currently, to be very honest, we don't have any part-time roles available, but we do have work from home setup positions available in our clinical and specialized business, and also our customer service roles. So if you are interested for a work from home setup, then you can just look into the positions, or later, if you'd like, maybe you would like to go through one of our interviews. We can share with you the positions that are work from home specifically. But to also be very honest, there are also positions where it's just temporary work from home. I know also that even part of talent acquisition, this is just a temporary work from home setup. Once everything is much better and we are clear to go back to the offices, then we would have to return to the office. It's not going to be work from home setup anymore.
That's great. So another question here, actually, parang top-up question na. Ang first question na kanina is if there's any position in the field of analytics, and especially data analytics, which biglang nyo nga na-explain na meron. So
Yes.
ito yung follow-up question niya is, let me just read it here loud. I'm currently acquiring a professional certificate in data analytics under Google Company, and I
Nice.
think it will take around a couple of months to finish. So may I ask if this is an urgent role? And I'm thinking if I can catch up with the requirements within the reasonable time frame, I'll continue with this program and wait for your reply later on. So basically, he's asking if the position for data analytics is still open and until when, because he wanted to maximize yung pinaka-certification program na meron siya ngayon.
Yes, definitely. You can finish your certification program. Not a problem there. What's important is we do have available positions for data analytics almost every quarter. So what's important there is once you're able to complete your certification in the data analytics, you can send over your resume. If you maybe kept my email address, you can always send it to my email address or apply in our roles in work at optum.com. But again, I'll just share my email address. It's christine.pasha@optum.com. So if, let's say, you guys are ready to apply already to the company, you can always send it over to me.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Ms. And by the way, guys, you could also ask directly to Ms. Riz. Just raise your hand and pwede kayo yung kayo mismo mag-usap and ask your questions away. So another question from John is actually more on the salary grade. Is John Castro still here? So hi, John, are you here? For a better engagement. Hello, hi, John. Or nahihiya siya?
Shy.
Shy type.
I think he's
All right.
shy.
Sige. So in terms of the salary grade, so you would like to know more about the salary grade for data analytics position.
Right. For that, John, it's well, salary is very a touchy subject, right? So usually we'd like to have that conversation during the interviews. So it would be better if maybe once you go through the recruitment process, we can share with you the salary range that we have for the specific positions. So just hopefully, like if you are interested, we can discuss that more, or you could always email me. I left it already in the chat box so
Right.
that you guys can connect with me for more specific questions.
All right. And I would like to get the attention of Miss Maria Andrea Molina. Hi, Maria. Are you here? Yeah, she's here.
Yes,
So,
I'm here.
right. Meron siyang question kanina, and it will be great for you to hear it directly from you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Chris, you mentioned earlier about the assessment. I was an employee before with
Mhm.
Birleads, and there are applicants. We have applicants of Optum going at the site or at the Birleads
Yes.
site. Yeah, and they are taking, I believe, English assessment and other
Yes.
languages. So if we really wanted to pursue our application, is Optum still linked with Birleads, or do you have own assessment or something else?
So right now, Maria, we have already our own language assessment. But you are right. Back in 2012, I think until 2016 or 2017, Berlitz was the one doing our language assessment. So we also would have assessors from Berlitz come to our site daily, and they would do the language assessment face to face. But what we wanted to do is, of course, using our value of innovation, the company wanted to create their own language assessment process. So we tied up with our own training and development team and created our own language assessment, like similar to Berlitz, but more specific to the positions that we are hiring for. So it I think was launched back in 2017. So yes, we do have our own language assessment now.
Okay, thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. That's really good to hear. So another one is coming from Miss Sophia and Pineda. Hi, Sophia. You're here with us, right?
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, wow. It's really nice to hear some few new voices. So go ahead, please.
So yeah, I was asking earlier, kasi I checked your website and I don't think you have opening positions for the job that I want in data analytics.
Mhm.
So yeah, my question is, what if the role that we want is not in the website? Can we still send in our applications?
Yes, of course. You could always still send your resume. What we can do is, if the position is not available at the moment, we will be putting your file on active. And then once the positions are available, we'll contact you directly. There is a big need for data analysts in the organization. So once those positions open, we definitely contact our database for data analysts right away.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for your question and your
All right.
interest.
Yes. All right. And another question coming from me, maka-interesado rin yung mga ibang candidates is, in terms of the process, it's a one-day process, right? And does it change if hindi kami maka-attend or yung mga candidates hindi maka-attend on this particular event? What is the regular recruitment process na hindi one-day hiring process tulad ng ginagawa natin for today?
Right. So we are hiring daily from Mondays to Fridays, actually, even sometimes on Saturdays. So if you would like to go through the recruitment process, best really is for you to leave your complete details with me during this event. If you can leave your cell phone number, your email address, so we are able to connect with you and schedule you for an interview. So usually, once we have your contact details, we can contact you on the same day and also still complete a one-day hiring process. So we can still be able to have you go through your HR interview, have you take the assessment, and even your final interview on the same day, and even your job offer if you start early. So again, it's just important that you apply to our open positions or roles within our company website, or if you'd like, you can directly ping your resume or email rather your resume to me. And after this event, also, if you'd like, you can leave also your direct contact details, like your cell phone number and email address, so we can contact you right away, so a recruiter can reach out to you.
Yep. So yeah, I'm trying to look at on the chat box if there's any other question, guys. And we're actually right on time in terms of ano naman. After this session, there will be an interview session, breakout rooms. Na, you'll be able to join. Another question here. Sorry.
I just read it also.
Hi, Jose. Hi, Jose. Jose Alejo Hadi. So you're here. Definitely. Please go ahead. Speak your mind.
Oh yeah. Like I was like browsing into Optum because I wanted to find like an alternative job position from what like I'm usually used to finding because like I mentioned in the question, I've come from like someone who's part of like a media / creative arts background, but I want to like try something that's looking for a job where I don't know, maybe can do a better, more productive contribution to the community.
Uh-huh.
I know,
Right.
I was like looking for a job position in which I can, do a more productive contribution to helping the community.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that, Jose, go ahead, Zab.
No, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So with that, Jose, like as you mentioned earlier, you are looking for opportunities outside the media and creative arts background, right? So I think the positions that would fit you would mainly be our health advocate roles. So it's somewhere where you, again, will be able to help people. You'll be able to speak to the members of Optum and United Healthcare and really give them the help that they are looking for when it comes to, let's say, addressing their prescriptions, or let's say connecting them with the right doctor or hospital that they would need to complete their health needs. Don't worry also, Jose. The important thing here is that if you are coming in as an individual that has no idea about healthcare or not an allied health graduate, it's no problem because we do have proper training for all employees that will be coming in. So after the new employee orientations, you'll be going through, I believe if it's not 2 months, it's 3 months of training before we have you speak to these customers. So it's very important that we train our employees.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks for the suggestion.
All right. So yeah,
very well
still
before they
hi, Ms. Reese. Are you still with us? Sorry, or did I lost you again? Hello. Hi, Ms. Reese. Hi, Ms. Reese. Are you still with us? Yeah. Yep. Kasi it is signal interruption. It's something na challenge talaga sa amin, even I am. Um, I'm not an Optum employee, but I'm part of a organization that is more on the graduate consulting. So pag kami rin, we do have a lot of different consultations for the students and sa mga employers. It's something na very challenging sa amin, especially pag umuulan and yung mga hindi naman lahat ng mga kausap namin, they have a really good internet connection. So yeah, you're definitely right. But what I could say is Optum really offers a lot of different varieties of opportunities for even you're not a healthcare provider or even na iba yung degree mo. So even though that you're on a creative part, creative arts and creative degree, there's a position available for you here. Especially you're looking for a role that is you want to be more to have more contributions in a way, right? So yeah. Hi, Miss Reese. Are you back with
I'm
us?
back. I'm so sorry.
Not a
Yes.
problem.
Really bad connection today. I do apologize, everyone.
No worries. So I have another question here from Sophia. Hi, Sophia. So yeah,
Yes, I saw it earlier.
so it's something that was not I think it was not been answered in terms of the question. How important is the work-life balance at Optum? And how siguro another follow-up is ano yung mga example niya? Paano mo siya nasasabing as a work-life balance? How do you practice it in that way?
Right. So personally, how I practice my work-life balance and how the company supports the work-life balance is that I'm able to rest during weekends. To be very honest, we do sometimes, at least specifically in talent acquisition, we do have to work on Saturdays. But with the support that I have from my team and from my managers, I don't really see it as such a big hassle because I know that despite me having to work on the weekends, my managers are also with me during the Saturday operations, and they check up on us and they make sure that we're well taken care of. So even if we're working, especially now during the pandemic, they are able to send us food. Not naman every weekend or every time we have Saturday operations, but I feel the gratitude that that they appreciate the employees working on weekends. But how I also see work life balance with the company is that they're able to have also special engagement activities with the employees. So, like I shared earlier, I'm not sure if I got cut by that time, but I shared earlier that we did have a raffle for the candidates who have already, candidates for the employees rather, who have already finished their vaccines. So, we had everyone was able to win a prize, a monetary prize actually. So if you did
Wow.
not win, let's say, the big ticket items like a TV or an air fryer or the big material prizes, everyone who joined either won 500 or 1,000 pesos. So that was really
Oh,
fun.
not
It's
bad.
also, it really just shows also the appreciation of the company. It's not
Mm.
much, but at least it's something, right? And
Yep.
they also make sure that with work life balance, like I mentioned earlier, the managers will really listen to you. If you need any help, if you need a break, you just have to really speak to your manager, understand so that they can understand your situation.
So we'll be having now our session in terms of the breakout sessions, interview sessions. So the setup, guys, will be automatically assigning you to each room. So if hindi pa kayo na-assign, you will be staying in this room pa lang muna sa lobby. Then once after na natapos yung isa, is doon na ulit papasok. Uh, automatically namin kayo i-assign on each room. We currently have 3 breakout rooms. So, hi, Ms. Reese, you're here.
Hi, yes, I'm so sorry. Apparently,
No problem.
PLDT is doing a test run in our area, so that's the source of my problem right now.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, you were saying again, please, you were cut off in terms of providing us more information about the work-life balance.
Yes, I just to really end the question, it's mainly it's how you want to see, of course, your work life balance. If you're able to create that environment for yourself with the support of the company, then you will be really you will really find your work life balance set up.
All right. So yeah, that concludes our question and answer. You could ask a lot of different other questions on your interview session. So this how it goes is we will be automatically assigning you guys. So we have a 3 breakout room session here na i-assign namin kayo. So if hindi pa kayo nakakapag pumapasok is automatically namin kayo mapupunta doon. All right. So Ms. Reese, I'll be assigning everyone sa breakout rooms. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the breakout rooms. And don't be shy to send your questions or your resumes to my email address. I'll be more than welcome to answer all of them.